Socrate Demosthenes School of the Hellenic Community of Greater Montreal has been around since 1909 under different names and under different curriculums. The Hellenic Community of Greater Montreal, when it was created 2 years earlier in 1907, believed even from then that educating children in the Greek language and providing for them a place where they can learn about their roots, their culture, and their religion would be the only way to maintain Hellenism, would be the only way to maintain Hellenism here in Quebec. And 100 and so years later, we're continuing on that same thought process, that in order for Hellenism to survive here in Quebec, youth has to be exposed to their language, to their culture, and of course, to their faith.
Bienvenue à l'École Socrate-Démosthène de la communauté hellénique du Grand Montréal, une institution multilingue reconnue pour l'éducation préscolaire, primaire et secondaire de vos enfants. Avec 5 campus dans la région de Montréal, notre équipe d'éducatrices et d'éducateurs dévoués est prête à enrichir l'expérience scolaire de votre enfant, avec un environnement d'apprentissage sans précédent, aussi dynamique que divers.
As General Director, my job is to lead. And the General Director himself does not manage the school and lead the school on his own. It takes an entire team. But my job is to motivate my team, to motivate the people around us, whether they're administrators, teachers, unions, volunteers, and together we move forward in a clear vision of where we are and where we want to take the school. And we've made tremendous progress, especially in the last 10 years. Not only do we conform to the Minister of Education of Quebec and all the requirements, and we're acknowledged for that, we conform to the requirements of the Minister of Education of Greece for the Greek program. And we are able to put together a program that is so enriched. It's challenging. It's not an easy program. The children have to work. But once they're in and become comfortable in our program, they become independent, disciplined learners. And this is what keeps them going throughout their later years in school. Like I said, we made tremendous progress, and we're extremely proud of the fact that after 100 years of trying or so, 2-3 years ago, we received our first ever permit to operate a high school. And we see the high school, even though it's small now, it's just beginning to build, as the future of education of the Hellenic Community of Greater Montreal. Primary school is important. It'll always be there. We're going to always provide the resources we want. But the high school is also important. That's a very delicate age. And that's the age that the children, the adolescents at this point in time, would require the most encadrement, as we say in French. You know, their environment has to be well controlled, and we have to be on top of them, and we have to work with them, and they have to work with us. So having a high school within our system is extremely important. And we see this high school in the years down the line, in a generation or two, being even bigger than what the primary school is today. And we have a big primary school with 5 campuses, 1,400 children, in an extended program. We teach an extended program. Our day is longer than most every other school here in Quebec. It's very successful, but we also have tremendous success with our high school in the first.
Quel que soit leur niveau de connaissance à leur inscription, tous nos élèves sont trilingues, français, grec et anglais, au moment de l'obtention de leur diplôme, avec une haute compétence dans toutes les autres matières. L'École Socrate-Démosthène est reconnue par le ministère de l'Éducation du Québec et le ministère de l'Éducation de la Grèce. Les programmes de notre école couvrent l'enseignement du préscolaire jusqu'au secondaire.
Is learning and witnessing success story after success story when our children grow up. one of our students from our West Island campus was described in the front page of a local newspaper as the most brilliant student in Quebec. When we see this as educators, that our student was classified as the most brilliant student in Quebec, that we melt. We're so proud. We have a huge number of students that are in politics, either political attachés or the right hand of the Prime Minister. We have others that are in medicine, doctors, lawyers, teachers, educators, and no matter what the field, this is what makes us proud. This is what tells us that, man, we've done good work in this school. When these children, as adults, reach the level they reach, we know we've done our job. And what we find even more and more is that the second and third generation continues to re-register their children within our system. So they have confidence in our system. And they don't regret it. Because again, the results speak for themselves.